up, peeps? I want to talk about expressing the trust. I hear a lot of talk about that when they talk about when you're going in the courtroom. I don't go in the court any damn way. I don't go in the courtroom. I don't go in there. If I ain't got to go in there, I ain't trying to be in there. I put paperwork. I let my paperwork precede me, and I stay my ass at home. But if I ever have to go, it's all about expressing the trust. Before I get started talking about it, make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe there. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit the like button for me, please. I learned that the more likes you get on a video, the more YouTube or whatever platform this video is on, it'll cause it to circulate more, you know, when people show more interest in the video. So this is what they call about the algorithm or whatever. Algorithm. But anyway, expressing the trust is basically simply where it's exactly that, expressing it. What you have to know is that name that they call in the courtroom is a trust. The name in all caps, the straw man. It's a trust. You know, that's the name of the estate itself. The estate, when you talk about an estate, is like a collection of all the property that's in that name. That's what the estate is. It's a collection, but it's all under the same name. And that trust, and it's held in trust, in which public officials, i.e. judges, attorneys, you know, anybody that works for the state, those are trustees, and you are the beneficiary for that name, and you have to state that on the record. You know, don't come in there stating your name for the record and you just say the name and you don't express who you are in relation to that name. No, you state and let them know, you know, that you're here for that matter as the beneficiary for that trust. That's what you're going to state in there. Let them know off the rip, you're the beneficiary for that trust. You go in there and say, Michael Roseman, I'm here for that matter. Say, I'm the beneficiary for that trust. The Michael Roseman Trust, I'm the beneficiary, and you're the trustee, and I'm here to settle the matter. You know, you pretty much let them know, you know, you want me to settle the matter. You're going to make sure you state that and continue. You got to keep on saying it. They will try to gaslight you like you don't know what you're talking about. You know, they'll gaslight you to get you to switch up and start, you know, speaking the language they want you to speak. But you just repeat yourself. Keep on repeating. Most likely after the third time, they won't move forward. That's how they tried me with the child support case. I didn't express the trust during that time because it was my first go around. I'd never been through that before, so I was learning as I was going. But I do notice after their third, and it was a hard attempt too, because they realized probably because I was putting so much shit in there, I was doing too much. I was doing stuff that probably wasn't even necessary because I was just learning. So I was just really just trying to file something in there. Responding to anything I ever got in the mail. I responded to it in writing. I didn't give them if it was an order or a notice. I was responding to it. If I didn't agree to it, I responded to it. Well, I didn't agree to any damn thing I got from them, so I responded to it in writing. But expressing the trust, man, you just go in there. You have to, if you decide to go in there, you expressing the trust. I would even express the trust in writing. That would be me too, because I do know it's important to respond in writing before you get there. It's always good to do that. And then you serve the other party too, the opposing party. Make sure they get a copy of what it is that you filed in the court case. That's proper due process. You got to make sure everybody's informed on what you're typing in, putting in there. And but yeah, you're expressing the trust and who you are. Express that it is a trust, so that they won't go in there. It'll rebut that their presumption that you don't know what they're doing in there. That you don't know, the presumption that you don't know that name in all caps is a trust. It's a public trust that it was created when you were born. They recreated their trust and they've been trading. They're trying to tap into it. They're trying to switch places and make you a debt slave, so they don't have to pay any taxes on the bonds that they created in your name. They created bonds in my name on one of my court cases before. The very last one that I dealt with was a few years ago. I can actually pull that up now. It's still online now to be found. It's public record. I'll probably show y'all in the next video where they actually tried that, because this before I learned what I know now. A lot of the stuff was trial and error I learned in that same. As a matter of fact, in that same case, I never expressed the trust in that case, but I did learn that they did have bonds in my name. See, they're supposed to have their own bonds in case they injure me or some shit, but they don't do that. They create bonds in your name, so they can get you to come out your pocket and pay whatever debt that they done created for you to pay. It's really a tax issue. They want you to pay it, so they don't have to pay it. And the bonds that are created in that court case, they take it. You abandon those bonds, you abandon those funds, and they get to put it in their own pockets. So they got to manipulate you to thinking that you actually broke a crime, you broke a law, created a crime of some sort, some type of injury or whatever to the state of, which is an entity. You can't injure an entity, but that's another topic for another discussion. But you expressing the trust if you go in there. Let them know, who you are in relation to that name. You are the beneficiary at all times. You are the beneficiary at all times. Now, that's the public trust, y'all. You don't get that mixed up with what I'm teaching y'all in previous videos. The previous videos, I'm talking about creating your own trust, which is private. And you name it whatever you name it. And you place the straw man inside of that trust. I remember asking this chick on TikTok, did she cause she be teaching people about changing status or whatever. Did you put the straw man inside the trust? Basically what you state and put all the property that's in that name, in the straw man's name. You're naming it as property of that trust. And you're stating in the trust instrument that this is now you releasing, you're conveying, transferring all the property and ownership, rights, interests of this property into this trust to be managed, and controlled by the trustee named within the trust. You just naming it in there. That's how you got to put it. That's how you put it in there. There's even another way I even thought about, say if you got a car that's in the straw man's name, you can, you got the title to it. You can actually go do a transfer of property with like on the back of say if you got a license, not a license, but a certificate of title for a car or whatever. And you know how, say if I'm buying a car from you, you got the title to the car, and you sign your name on the end on there as the one that's granting, transferring it to me, and then I sign the back of it too, and you giving me that title. My name is on there. We both signed the back of it. We both in the right place on the back of that title, and you transferring it over me after I pay you, and now I could use that same title to actually, get tags or whatever for it. When you do that, we're not talking about tags, so we're not changing the subject here. I'm only talking about the transfer of title, the transfer of property. You could actually do that and put it in the name of your trust. Put that in the name of your trust, and that title can be mentioned in your trust on your Schedule A. Now that trust, and that car, that vehicle, that car, whatever, it now belongs to the trust, not to that straw man. You transferred it like that. And we talking about, it's different ways. It just makes sense when you just change it over from one entity to another one. But anyway, I kind of got off the subject a little bit, but when it comes to changing, expressing the trust, that's, you basically, if you're going in the courtroom, you're going to definitely state for the record, stating for the record that you're the beneficiary for that name, and you're here to settle the matter. Or you're requiring the trustee to settle the matter as the trustee, because they are trustees. The judge, the attorneys, all the public officials, they are trustees for that trust, and they're supposed to operate in the best interest of the beneficiary. All trustees of every trust are supposed to operate in the best interest of the beneficiary, and it's against the law for them not to. Look that up before anybody try to rebut that in any type of way or doubt me. Look it up. Even when you create your own trust, your own private trust, and you call yourself the trustee, you name yourself as a trustee in a trust, or anybody you name as a trustee of the trust, by law, because that's a contract, by law, they have to operate in the best interest of that trustee. Not the trustee, the beneficiary. So, and you'll see it in there. In your state statutes, you'll see it. So, you being the beneficiary for that public trust that is the straw man, they'll be breaking the law if they're operating. Once you express the trust, you let them know you're killing their presumption that you don't know what's going on. They won't do that publicly, so you call them out in front of everybody. You're the trustee for that trust. You need them to do the accounting on the court case, so that you can settle the matter. And here you are the beneficiary. You're here to, you're the beneficiary. You're supposed to benefit from the case, not them benefiting from it. They're trying to switch places and become beneficiaries off of your trust. And if you let them do it, they'll get away with it. But you just got to stand on it. Look this stuff up, y'all, before y'all, don't just take my word for it. Look it up. Look it up. And you got any questions? Any comments, anything you want me to make a video about, drop it in the comment section. Whatever you think of, anything you got in mind, drop it in the comments. I don't mind making a video about it if I can make one about it. And then we'll go from there. But I just thought I'd kind of make this video because I kind of thought about expressing the trust for a few days now, but I've been dealing with some stuff at home where damn ceiling done fell in. Got them frozen pipe up there. Shit burst. Anyway, so I'm trying to worry about getting that thing fixed along with some other stuff I'm trying to do as a caregiver, taking care of my father at the same time. So it's a lot on my plate, but I'm making shit happen. And I'm in a good place mentally. All right, y'all. We'll catch y'all in the next video. Emerald signing out.